Hello, my student. It's nice to see you again. How are you? I hope you good. Okay, it's time we study English. Are you ready? Now let's start. Today we continue with Unit 8 about grammar. Let's take a look at the contents of the lessons. We will learn about number 1. What is the short and long adjective? Number 2. How to make comparative sentences. Number 3. How to make superlative sentences. Before starting our lesson, let's review some words that you have learned already. First, you read the sentence and guess what the word is. Number 1. The word is prepare. Number 2. The answer is modern. Very good. Number 3. This word is opposite with the word expensive. So can you guess what is it? Yes, it's cheap. Very good. And the last one, when you use your hands to touch the furs of the rabbit, how do you feel? Can you guess? Yes, the answer is soft. Good job. Now, let's take a look again on the words you have learned. Modern, cheap, expensive, soft, hard. Do you know what kinds of these words are? Yes, they are adjectives. So what does adjective mean? An adjective describes how the thing is. And now I give you an example to make this problem clear. Look at the bed. How is the bed? It's comfortable. Comfortable is an adjective because it describes how the bed is. Is it clear, class? Good. Okay. Now we are going to learn what is short adjective and what is long adjective. Short adjective means an adjective has one syllable, and long adjective means an adjective has more than 2 syllables. Now listen and put the word in the right columns. You listen carefully and then you write the words. Are you ready? Good. Cheap, beautiful, modern, new, clever, old, expensive, exciting, big, hard, comfortable, pretty. Have you finished? Good. Let's check the answer together. And now I hope you know that's what is short adjective and long adjective, right? So we use adjective to compare two things together. Let's take a look with comparative sentence. With short adjective, remember, when you compare two things, you have to use comparative sentence. In the case with short adjective, you have to add and than after the short adjective in order to make comparative sentence. Nouns. Say again, please. Young, younger than, short, shorter than, big, bigger than, small, smaller than, old, older than. I give you an example. Look at the pictures. The boy has a red present, and the other pictures, he has a blue present. So which present is bigger, and which present is smaller? The correct is the red present is bigger than the blue present, and the blue present is smaller than the red present. Now in the case with long adjective, you have to put more or less before long adjective and then after the adjective. We have some long adjective here. Expensive, more or less expensive than. Modern, more or less modern than. Beautiful, more or less beautiful than. Comfortable, more or less comfortable than. Now, let's take a look with an example. Look at the smartphone and the telephone. So tell me which one is more or less modern than the others. The answer is the smartphone is more modern than the telephone, and the telephone is less modern than the smartphone. Okay, you know that's how to make comparative sentence with short and long adjective. Now move to the next comparisons. Is a superlative sentence. In this case, when you want to compare one thing to many things. Let's take a look at the form of a short adjectives. When you make a superlative sentence, you have to put the before the short adjective together with est at the end of the short adjective. You listen and repeat. Young, the youngest. Short, the shortest. Big, the biggest. Small, the smallest. Old, the oldest. Take a look at the pictures and I will give you an example. This is the boy. In the picture number 1, he has a red present, but in picture number 2, he has a yellow picture, and in the last one, he has a blue present. So can you tell me which present is the smallest? Good. The blue present in picture number 3 is the smallest. And which present is the biggest? Very good. The red present in the picture number 1 is the biggest. Let's move to the form of long adjective. When you make superlative sentence, you will put the most on or the least before long adjective. Now you look and say after me. Expensive, the most, the least expensive. Modern, the most, the least modern. Beautiful, the most, the least beautiful. Comfortable, the most, the least comfortable. I give you an example of superlative sentence. You look at three pictures carefully and tell me which one is the most modern and which one is the least modern. Well done. The answer is the smartphone is the most modern. And good. The telephone is the least modern. This is the conclusions of our lesson today. You look carefully and try to learn by heart at home. It's time to say goodbye. Thank you for your attention. Goodbye and see you again, my students.